NBA Commissioner Adam Silver hinted at changes today to the league's playoff format. I just spoke with Portland midfielder Tobin Heath. Now, she said that because she went as far as she did with the U.S. in the Women's World Cup, it could actually be a disadvantage for her coming back to play for the Thorns. Now, that's because of the rigorous travel schedule the U.S. team had while in Canada. We're talking about DeAndre Jordan, who played last season with the LA Clippers. Jordan made a verbal commitment to join the Dallas Mavericks on a 4-year, $80 million contract. But that was last week. This week, rumblings that he was having second thoughts. Shifting to the rifle range, one athlete is making a name for herself nationwide. I'm out here in Renton, Washington, where the Seahawks, minus Marshawn Lynch, are training in the off-season. And the men's team is on its first win streak since joining the Big 12. The Frogs defeated Kansas State 69-55 at Wilkerson Grannis Wednesday night. The Portland Thorns take on the Seattle Reign tonight at 7, and it's the first ever sellout for a Thorns match. Starting tonight, the Frogs will play 5 games in 6 days in 3 different cities. Now, Blazers newcomer Noah Vonleh left Summer League practice early today. He rolled his ankle during training and left right away to get evaluated. A new Big 12 tennis rule is changing the game environment. I spoke with head coach David Roditi and 2 players to get the story. It's halftime at Providence Park, and right now David is beating Goliath. USL team T2 is taking on Newcastle United of the English Premier League. We're 45 minutes in, and T2 is up 3-1. Frog football certainly got national attention this year, but on Saturday night, the team got to honor its own players. Federal prosecutors have decided to end their investigation into baseball's all-time home run leader, Barry Bonds.
TCU men's rugby is preparing for its first season as a Division I team. TCU does not yet consider rugby a varsity sport, but the team will be playing against Big 12 schools.
We also want to keep the rivalry of the Big 12. So a lot of the teams that were in D1, OU, Baylor, Texas Tech, they were already in D1, so it was ready for us to make the move.
Rugby team president Scott Hamilton said teaching new players the rules and techniques of the game can be challenging. With half of the team brand new to the sport and only 2 seniors on the roster, practice since the beginning of the school year has focused on learning the game.
This year we're putting in more days, more hours, just to kind of get ready.
In addition to weight training, players warm up with different passing, running, and pushing drills. The rugby team prepared for its Division I debut by scrimmaging against 2 other Fort Worth area teams. Flowers and his players said they were pleased with the team's play at Tuesday's scrimmage.
Definitely a step up. It's going to be a challenge. I think we're up for it.
The team is aiming to win its division, the Red River Rugby Conference, and ultimately go to nationals. Though the Frogs will be facing stiff competition this fall, the rugby team already notes its preseason victory.
Right now, we just jumped to Division I, so that's something we already accomplished, and I hope just to keep on capitalizing on that.
With a focus on fitness, fast play, and a hard-nosed defense, this rugby team is entering a new level of play with high expectations. Sarah Breuner, TCU Sports Now. The TCU Elite Dance team doesn't appear on the sidelines of football, basketball, or baseball games. Instead, they prepare the whole school year to compete against other teams around the country.
We're definitely a competitive team, and a lot of it is to focus on technique and continue with sort of studio team type training.
Just last weekend, the group of 19 placed first in the American Dance Drill Team Association competition in Denton. They won the Division 1A with a modern dance routine. Other schools in the division included the University of Texas and Baylor.
It's basically like every kind of Bring It On type of movie that you've seen. It's tons of teams, everyone's, hairspray everywhere. It sounds really stereotypical, but that's how it is. We go to compete, so we get a more serious attitude there.
Elite Dance has been a club at TCU since 2009. Senior Claire Peters was previously a member of the team, but now she coaches her peers.
I can't imagine how hard it would be for Claire as a student to run this team, because she gets up there and looking at her peers and she has to correct it.
Because the team is strictly competitive, they get to be more creative.
And we just kind of focus on our artistry and our craft as actual dancers and taking the routine to competitions and stuff.
After tryouts in September, they train twice a week for 2 national competitions. In the fall, they work on technique, and starting in January on their choreography. The team will head to Florida in April to compete in nationals. Sarah Breuner, TCU Sports Now.